Kanzius may turn out to be the father of cancer treatment's holy grail.
Kanzius is a former television station owner from Erie, Pennsylvania, who retired to Florida, and in his golden years may actually have found a breakthrough in the fight against cancer while tinkering in his garage. Shannon Ogden from our Gannett sister station in Jacksonville, Florida, brings us the story.
Rather quickly.
His is the great American story. Broadcast engineer turned owner who sells his TV stations for a bundle and retires early to beautiful Sanibel Island. But Easter 2002, a year and a half after retiring, an unexpected chapter in the story of John Kanzius.
And she says, I'm afraid you have a severe form of leukemia or lymphoma.
Soon after this news, Kanzius began the punishing chemotherapy and was heartbroken at its effects on fellow patients, especially children. The need for a gentler treatment for those sick children proved a powerful motivator for this tinkerer, inventor, and grandfather.
We haven't really developed a better way other than, go into people's veins and put systemic drugs into them and hoping that we kill the cancer before we kill the person.
Kanzius wrestled with the idea of a better way, and in the middle of the night, October 2003, inspiration struck. Kill cancerous cells with radio waves.
I had all the equipment that one could use for sending and picking up radio signals.
He was a ham radio operator.
And all I needed in my house was some antennas. And the best thing that would work as antennas was I could find at 3 o'clock in the morning was my wife's pie pants.
Startled out of bed by clattering in the kitchen, wife Marianne found her husband cutting up her pie pans.
I got up immediately and thought he'd lost it.
Here are the basics of his idea. Radio waves will heat certain metals. Tiny bits of a certain metal are injected into a cancer patient and are attracted to the abnormalities of the cancerous cells, attaching themselves to those bad cells and ignoring the healthy cells. The patient is then exposed to radio waves, and only the bad cells heat up and die. The healthy cells are unaffected.
Typically, to kill a cancer cell, we need to get it to around 134 degrees Fahrenheit, or around 60 degrees centigrade, and that cell will never come back again. And these nanoparticles.
The initial tests, in which he put nanoparticles in hot dogs and test tubes, were done here in his garage.
So this is
just a commercial-produced 13.56 megahertz generator. This is a water cooler.
Those early crude experiments seemed to work, and in 2004, Kanzius showed the results to a prominent cancer researcher.
He said, this is the most amazing thing I've ever read in my life.
Today, Kanzius has the University of Pittsburgh, among others, working on his research, and a manufacturer now builds clinical-sized versions of the machine he first built with radio parts in his wife's pie pans.
There's no nanoparticles in it.
This 62-year-old Florida retiree with no medical background whatsoever is creating quite a buzz in the medical community.
We could be on the close to grasping the Holy Grail.
As you can see, I got a little bit of everything.
Kanzius spends 70 hours of his retirement every week working on a cure, still motivated by those children he saw in chemo.
My best term scenario would be to watch a patient get treated and have a doctor tell them they're cured. To me, that would be all the thanks I would need.
Human trials are expected to begin in a year and a half to 2 years, and maybe, just maybe, this great American story will have a happy ending.
I'm Shannon Ogden for Channel 3 News.
That is an amazing story. Animal trials are underway, and the lead researcher out of a cancer center at Texas A&M says so far research is going very well.